ABC's Janai Norman is live in Orlando right now. Janai, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Gio, the rain has certainly picked up as well as the wind. It's hard to see it because right now we're blocked, fortunately, to keep us safe by some big buildings. But behind me, you might be able to see some of the trees, some of the, it looks like cloth on the awnings across the street as they're starting to blow, as the wind is picking up and the rain's starting to come down. But officials here have really been preparing for this storm to start moving through. And you got to consider this, Gio. There were so many people who fled from those areas where you are in Tampa, Southwest Florida, West Florida, to try to get away from the onset of Hurricane Ian, only for that track to change and then now bring the storm this way right towards Orlando. So many of the people who evacuated are now hunkering down here, preparing to ride out this storm for at least the next day or so. And that's really what we're expecting. Even though I'm getting soaking wet now already, it's the flooding, it's the wind damage, especially tonight and then tomorrow, that we're really expecting to see. So they have had people out preparing, getting their homes prepared, businesses closing down. The theme parks, Universal, Legoland, Disney World, of course, SeaWorld, all announced that they'd be closed today and tomorrow as those precautions. Local schools have closed. And because flooding and the wind damage are some of the biggest concerns in this area, local officials ahead of the storm went ahead and lowered the levels of area lakes to try to get ahead of that rainfall. And they also told me that garbage collection was a big part of pickup, just to try to minimize any projectiles, any debris that could become projectiles in those hurricane-force winds. But now at this point, Gio, they're really hoping that people are at home in their safe space, ready to ride out this storm.
And Janai, we're looking at the radar right now, and you can see the eye sort of heading directly toward Orlando, almost going right up the I-4 corridor. And I know that you worked and lived in Orlando for a long time. Can you tell me, do you get the sense that residents there are taking this seriously?
Well, Gia, I have to tell you, because we're covering the weather, just as you asked me that question, I started hearing thunder. The wind is picking up now. We're getting some more rain, so we are feeling the impacts of Hurricane Ian starting to move through this area. But you're right. I did work at our local station here, Channel 9, WFTV, before I came to ABC News. And that's one thing that I actually talked to the Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer about, because Floridians, Gio, you know, you're from Florida. Florida gets storms. They are no stranger to storms. So how do you make sure those born, bred and raised true Floridians are taking these storms seriously? I asked him that, and he said the good news about Hurricane Ian is that this is really the first storm of this season that folks here are having to prepare for. So there's not that fatigue of multiple warnings, preparing for multiple storms. So this is the first one really this season, and he says it seems like people are really taking it seriously, Gio.
All right, Janai Norman, it's going to be a long night for you and a long day ahead, too, as this storm moves through. Thank you so much for that. Please stay safe.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.